You check your phone. Nobody texted back. A small, strange ache settles in your chest. It feels emotional. It feels like sadness. But it isn't. It's older than sadness. That ache has a name. Scientists call it loneliness. It was designed to keep you alive. Your body doesn't waste energy on pointless feelings. Hunger exists, so you eat. Thirst exists, so you drink. Pain exists, so you pull your hand off the stove. So what if loneliness exists for the exact same reason? What if it's not a mood at all, but an alarm? To understand the alarm, you have to go back hundreds of thousands of years, standing alone on an open plain, with no walls, no doors, no phone to check. Alone meant exposed. A lone human on the savannah was slower than a lion, weaker than a hyena pack. Your ancestors survived only one way, together, in tight, watchful groups where every member kept eyes on the horizon for everyone else. It made isolation feel dangerous, painful even. Loneliness told your ancestors to move back toward the group, immediately. This is where the story gets strange, because your brain, right now, still runs on that same ancient code. Dr. John Cacioppo, a researcher who spent decades studying loneliness at the University of Chicago, found something remarkable. When people feel chronically lonely, their bodies respond as if they are under physical threat. Blood pressure rises, inflammation increases, sleep gets lighter and more fragmented, almost as if part of the brain refuses to fully power down. Because it becomes hypervigilant, it starts scanning faces for signs of rejection. It reads neutral expressions as hostile. It wakes up at small sounds. This isn't a flaw. It's a leftover survival setting, tuned for a world where being cut off from the tribe could mean being killed in your sleep. Here's the twist. That ancient alarm system doesn't know the difference between being left outside the walls of a settlement and being left on red. To your nervous system, both can register as the same signal. Isolation, danger, respond. And it doesn't come from the ancient past at all. It comes from a small town in Pennsylvania. In the 1960s, researcher Stuart Wolf investigated a community called Roseto. Its residents ate fatty, traditional Italian food, smoked heavily, and rarely exercised. Their death rates from heart disease were dramatically lower than nearby towns with healthier habits. What was different? Roseto wasn't organized around diet. It was organized around closeness. Multiple generations lived under one roof. Neighbors ate together. Nobody grew old alone. When researchers eventually studied what changed as younger Rosetans left for more modern, isolated lifestyles, something troubling happened. Heart disease rates in the town began climbing, eventually matching their neighbors. The food didn't change. The isolation did, because your modern life is, in many ways, built to quietly increase that isolation. You can order food without speaking to a person. You can work an entire day without leaving a room. You can scroll through hundreds of faces and never actually see one. Psychologist Sarah Pressman, who has researched the links between social connection and physical health, found that the size of someone's social network could predict things like immune response and even how quickly wounds healed. Question: if loneliness really is a warning light, why does it feel like something to hide? Because somewhere along the way, humans started treating the alarm as the problem instead of the message. You don't apologize for feeling hungry. You don't feel ashamed of thirst. But admit you feel lonely, and it often comes wrapped in embarrassment, like it says something broken about you. It doesn't. You are a creature built for groups. Your ancestors never had to manufacture connection. It was automatic. Hunting together, eating together, sleeping in a pile for warmth and safety. Nobody had to schedule time to see people they loved. Now, closeness has to be intentional. You have to choose it, plan it, protect it in a world quietly optimized to sell you convenience instead. The warning signal your brain sends isn't weakness, it's data, tuned over hundreds of thousands of years, telling you exactly what your ancestors would have known instantly. You are further from your tribe than your body thinks is safe. So the next time that ache shows up, after a quiet weekend, after a message that never came, after a day spent talking to screens, don't scroll past it. Listen to it the way you'd listen to hunger or thirst. You check your phone. Nobody texted back. A small, familiar ache settles in your chest. It still feels like sadness, but now you know what it really is. It's your oldest ancestor, still standing guard, still watching the horizon, still trying to bring you home.